Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. People in Islam, in early day of Islam, they were informed that there will be some time, there will be a day that 1 hour our Imam will be disappeared. And people are going to benefit from the Imam, but not in prison, in his absence. Just like what we benefit from the sun in absence of the sun. Most of our Imam, they became as an Imam while they were physically mature. But we know that Imam Zaman alayhi salam, the Imam of the time, is going to be introduced as an Imam while he is not physically mature. I mean, he is under the age of bulugh. So it's really difficult for people to accept this one. You know, even today. Can we imagine? I give you one example so you can see how the situation is difficult. I'm telling you, you have to follow. A marja is like 7 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. You say, oh, what's wrong with you? Why I should follow a marja is 7 years old, 8 years old, 10 years. While I have, for example, Ayatollah Uzma, Fulana Ayatollah Uzma, like another, and so many Ayatollah Uzma we have. Why I have to follow this little boy? See, this is the nature of the human being. The same story we had in the time of our A'imma alayhim salam. During the time when Hazrat Abdul Azim Hassani, for example, one of the great marja, one of the great Imamzada, one of the great sheikh, he was like in the age of, let's say, 70 or 80 years old, more or less. In his time, people were asked to follow Imam Zaman, or Imam Jawad alayhi salam, or Imam Hadi alayhi salam. You know, in the time of Imam Jawad alayhi salam, you know, Imam Jawad, he became Imam while he was 8 years old. Correct? You know, he was 8 years old, he was appointed as Imam. In his time, one of the great Ayatollah, for example, one of the great scholars was Abdul Azim Hassani. People, they had two options: to follow this young boy, 8 years old, and to follow this great Ayatollah. That is why so many things happen in history. So many people, they rejected the Imam of Imam Sajjad, Imam Jawad alayhi salam, because they were not able to understand this situation. Look how good was the basira of people like Ali ibn Ja'far, like Abdul Azim Hassani. Honestly, if they declare, if they like announce that they are Imam, people would follow them. Because really people, some people, really they were looking for an Imam who has like the physical signs of Imam. They openly came and announced their acceptance for the Imam of this little boy. So Imam Hadi alayhi salam, he was in this situation. He became as an Imam while he was 12 years old as well. When his father, Imam Jawad alayhi salam, became Shaheed, Imam Hadi was 12 years old. And it was like in the 3rd century, in the time of Imam Hadi alayhi salam. The situation was so bad, sensitive and complicated. Mutawakkil, as a Khalifa of that time, openly used to insult Imam Ali alayhi salam. And financial situation of the Muslims, especially the Shia, was so bad, dire. Cultural situation was bad as well, because there were lots of shubahat, doubts, okay, came from the enemies. I say, oh, How come this, if that is Islam, we don't want to accept this Islam. This is wrong, that is wrong. So many difficulties, like today, isn't it? So Imam Hadi alayhi salam had different challenges. According to what we can study from the history of Islam, Imam did so many jobs, but I'm just going to quote to two of these. First of all, Imam alayhi salam, he decided just to strengthen the doctrinal foundation. People, they might think that only a present Imam can be Imam. But while they almost were going to face with the new situation. What is the new situation? The situation of the occultation. People were not ready for this situation. So one of the responsibility of Imam in that case was just to give enough knowledge to the people that if you want to believe in Imam, there is no need just to think Imam always should be, physically should be present. No. Even Imam in his absence can be an Imam. The second thing the second action which Imam Hadi alayhi salam, he initiated is the expansion of the Wakala network. Imam Jawad alayhi salam, he started the Wakala network. But in the time of Imam Hadi alayhi salam, he expanded. What do I mean? What is the benefit of Shabake Wakalat or Wakala network? Imam Hadi, he knows, or Imam Jawad, they knew that there will be a time very soon, maybe 10 years later, 20 years, there will be a time that people are not able to see their Imam. But they have to follow the structure of their Imam. They have to follow the order of their Imam. It is difficult for them to follow without preparation. So, Imam Hadi and Imam Jawad alayhi salam, they, because of their own situation as well, because of the restriction which they had, Imam Hadi and Imam Jawad established a network of the Wakala. Ask the people, instead of getting your hukm, getting your knowledge from me directly, go to my representative. So the wakil was just like a bridge to connect people with this absent Imam. One of the great, or one of the most important role of Imam Hadi alayhi salam in the era of occultation was just to normalize the communication with an absent Imam by this establishing or expanding the Wakala network. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just to give us tawfiq to realize the effort and the job and the work of these great personalities in Islam, and to follow their wishes and to follow their advices. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.